All right. Good morning, or good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. Um, I waited a couple days to make my little comment based on my opinion and what went down with the Reggae Boys and the World Cup qualification. And I listened to a lot of different feedbacks and opinions from a lot of different individuals. So, which by right, as born Jamaican, we all are passionate about our sports. It doesn't matter which one. However, it is in the military we talk about this is fraud, waste, and abuse for an island with the talent that we have not made the World Cup since 1998. You know, keep in mind this team this year, this round is not the best team talent wise. Let's just be honest, right? I mean, we look at our 2004 team. It's not a there's no excuse for that team not to make it. You know, um, 2006, 2004, 2008. That 2004 between 2004 2010, that generation was solid, right? You know, probably can't match up to. Actually, I think they probably would match up to the 98, the 90s coming to the 98 qualification. However, I think one of the things that, so I say it up front, JFF failed us. And there should be an emergency meeting, because everybody got a boss. Mr. Ricketts got a boss, and there should be an emergency meeting looking at what went wrong, which we know what went wrong, but what measures was in place for this not to happen. We will never have another easier qualification round. This was a gift wrapped up. All we had to do was to unwrap it. So this is where the failure bit started. It's not coach, it's not Steve's fault. Mr. McLaren, he was working with the tools that he had in his head as a coach. If you look at his coaching style and look at how he coached, he never got to a level where you could say this guy was a great coach. He was a good coach under great coaches, right? However, we chose him for whatever reason. That's that. This is the failure. Our Gold Cup this year should have been the benchmark for JFF, board of directors, everybody involved, all the stakeholders to understand and look at it and say, yo, all right, we're going into Gold Cup and this should be our World Cup preparation because looking at the qualification is not going to be much test. TNT was rebuilding, so we know there wasn't going to be the competition that they normally is, right? Bermuda, God bless them, they made it to the final round, but they weren't a competition. Curacao, yes, was the stiffest one, but shouldn't have been even in the conversation against Jamaica. However, Curacao had a good coach, a good system. They played to their style, and they played like they wanted to win and like they know how to play, right? So, Gold Cup came, we failed. Mr. Ricketts and the JFS should have looked at it and said, you know what? This is not the direction. This coach is not the person to coach this team, right? Just like Mr. Craig Butler said. We have speed, we have strength, we are creative, right? That's how we should be playing. Not everybody gonna be Waterbaka Boyd or from most people don't know Dennis Tyler Banks, who is as skilled as any player I've ever seen. But guess what? We had players with individual skills. We had Young Whisper, Dixon. I know Bailey been injured, and so on and so forth. We have players that show that creativity, but without the coach and the right system, it doesn't matter. Look at Argentina. As great as Messi is, would have never got to the level in his Argentina colors without the right coach to come and put that together and play within that strength. All right? Honestly, coach does not never have a clue how to coach a team. Ball a move from defense to forward to midfield. So let's address this part real fast. Curacao match. There's only one solution. Win. Lose, it doesn't matter. Because ain't nobody care about going to no intercontinental playoff. Because right now, Congo and Iraq is going to be two tough teams to go through. And if we can beat Trinidad and Tobago, Bermuda, Curacao, we definitely ain't going to go just walk through those guys. All right? Even Suriname. Suriname is a tough disciplined team. So it should have been win or die or nothing. We should have go in to Curacao match with a mindset like, listen, we ain't care about losing. But when this game ends, is either we're gonna lose or we winning. But we don't care about drawing. And we went in the game like there was another day. All we had to do was to win. Don't worry about second, don't worry about none of that. But went in, you can't cry over spill milk, man, but I really don't see us coming together have an easier chance for the youth them to really go play at a World Cup right in our backyard, to inspire the next 2-3 generations, a talent that's out there. Depriving a nation that deserve to be at that level because we have the talent and the potential. But JFF have to take full responsibility. Mr. Ricketts have to come out and issue an apology because after the Gold Cup this year, somebody up there should have looked at it and be like, yo, Steve ain't the guy. Let's replace him. We still have a few months. We shouldn't, to be honest, I really believe with a good coach, we could have used local players and qualify in this group. With a good coach, we could have used a local. I really believe that. I really do. Because if you have local players, you can work with them 7 days, not 7 days, but 4 or 5 days a week, bring them in a camp and just establish that system, just like how Mr. Simoes did and went around the island and just find players, identify players, the ones who was committed, the ones who was not, and then bring international players to merge with those, complementing it, not taking it over. But I don't know what happened, man, but it's frustrating. I ain't even gonna lie to you. For somebody who loved the island and loved the culture and would have loved to see us, because right now we had 100% chance last Tuesday. Going into this intercontinental playoff, 25%. 25% from 100%. I would have went through, we starting off with 3 in the back line. 5 in the midfield with 3 midfielders, 2 attacking and 3 up front. And Curacao got to beat us based on our mistake, our fast break. We have one guy pressing the whole time. And each time he press, there's 3 open Curacao people in the midfield. They just boom, 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 boom. So it's heartbreaking, man. But Mr. Ricketts, I think it's time. You guys have to take full responsibility. Cut this politics nonsense that you guys play. All right? Establish a program that can develop the youth. Establish professional environment, facilities, infrastructure. Get the coaches to Europe, to Africa, wherever. Get them licensed. Get them trained. Right? Implement these different parts of the game, not just physical, but the psychological part, because that's what's beating us up, is the psychological part. And get this thing going on track for 2030. Because you guys can wrap up 2026 right now. Because we went from 100% chance to qualify to now a 25%. Is there still? Yes. I think if you bring in 4 coaches, right? If they are willing and they can recognize or identify 26 players, right? And maybe Mr. Butler, Mr. Coley, Whitmore, and Mr. Ducky. There's more coaches too, Never Bell. There's different coaches out there that I think have the expertise. Bring their minds in. Look at it. Let's brainstorm. It's all hope is not lost, but it's just dingling and it's you know. But we come on. Let's see. And let's go down with a fight, because the other Tuesday night was not a fight. It was just you show up and just wait for Mike Tyson beat you or punch you out, like that whole Mike Tyson punch out game. You know. Let's go the 23rd to the 31st in Mexico. Right? And let's go down with a fight. You know. If we get a good draw where we can match up and end up, it doesn't matter. Football, anybody can beat anybody on any given day. It's just who wants it more, who is prepared more. You know, and use that to build and moving into 2030. Because it's only going to get tougher. You know. Because now you got to bring back Mexico, bring back USA, bring back Canada. Costa Rica going to rebuild. Trinidad is getting better. Curacao is only going to get more inspired, meaning more players from overseas going to come in and play for them. Suriname is going to be a force to reckon with in the future. Haiti has always been a strong team. It's just because they lack the organization and they just got it and now they're playing ball the way they should. You know, so where does that left us? Can't leave out Panama and El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala. Those teams are always difficult teams. So, come on. Let's figure this out and give this up the people of Jamaica something for look forward to and be inspired. But you guys need to come out and apologize to the nation, because JFF, you failed us. I don't care about the players who didn't perform, and I don't care about the coach, because we hired somebody who didn't have the tools to do the job. You know, and then he had a bunch of players who couldn't implement his style, because it's like you asking a lion to be a cat, a house cat. That ain't gonna work. So let's pull this, you know. It's bitter, man. It's tough. This is a tough thing to take, because we should have qualified from the World Cup when we played Curacao at home. Those first 4 games, win those 4 games, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. You know. But after the Gold Cup, you guys saw that coach was not the right person. And y'all stayed quiet. Y'all kept him instead of remove him. Do an emergency meeting. Bring somebody in. Mr. Simoes, I don't care. Bring somebody in. But we still had the opportunity, and you guys let it slip out of our hand. But Jamaica land we love.